Hi, welcome back to our channel and back to the tutorial for operating system. Today we're going to continue the part number 2, that is protection and security in operating system. So as per syllabus completion and to know about more details for the GATE and UGC, I'm covering the topics here. Here, first of all, we have to think about this study about the principle of protection. So protection means what? Protection means nothing but you can say dictate programs. That means users and system may be given enough privileges to perform some task. So do you know if you take the university website and something, what happened? Everyone have some privileges, some permissions. That means HOD some permission, professor some permission, principal have some separate permission, students have some permission, and so on. That's you have to remember. And also whenever design the operating system, the designer have to consider this one principles of protection, everything here. And more example, you can say if a program needs special privilege to perform task, it's better to make it a HGID program and so on. And so on and so on is there. And here, when you go for the principle of protection, we are thinking about the guiding principle. So guiding principle was whenever the designer design a new operating system, they have to follow the some procedure. That means some guided information value. So guide information, otherwise not problem. Otherwise, it create a problem here. Has create a problem. So you can say, and moreover, the program users and system should be given just enough privilege to perform the task. Just not told you like a university or something, and apart from this guiding principle, if not a what you can say, if at all no principle means there will be a problem. Guided principle are there. It will create a confusion here. That means whenever the principle is there, some guidelines will be there. The designer can follow the entire system while listening the entire operating system here. That is possible. Moreover, it's considered two things. One is called it can be static or it can be dynamic. Can be static in the sense that is during life of a system and during life of process. And dynamic in the sense can say switching and privilege escalation and so on. So many things behind it. We go for next one. So we had now about the domain structure. So domain structure, we can say we can expect sometime here. I'm missing the point options. So domain structure, when you come to domain structure, we can say a protection domain is it always specify the resources that a process may access. And also each depends a different set of objects. Very, very important point here. Set of objects and the types of operations that may be invoked on each object. And we can say here the access right is the ability to execute an operation upon object. Domain is equal to set of object comma access right set. So domain you can say set object comma access right set. It concept diagram like this: object read write, object one, object having read write permission, object to having execute, and so on and so on. So we had now about domain structure also and access matrix. So we had now what access matrix. Access matrix is nothing but you can say just view of matrix, view the matrix in row and column based order. And moreover, we can say it's a security model of protection and is used to define the rights of each process executing in the domain with respect to the each object here. Remember, so domain, let's say a symbol that it have a domain in the sense have D1, D2, that means the user like Varun and so on, another user called Ram and so on. And file one may consider file to objects like file to file 3, where it have permissions like a read only. For example, D1 is a user, Varun like that, he have permission of read, F2 not possible, and F3 can file, he have file to the person can read the file. And also printer option can't read, D2 another person can have option of only print the document and so on. So like that is there. And now we come to the security problem. Here, security problem means you remember individuals attempt to breach security. That means they'll be created problems. And here, two things: a threat is potential security. That means threat means it may happen to your computer. Your computer may attacked by threat. That means it may destroy the information or files and attack. Attack is attempt to breach security. That means happened. So once you attack happen in your system, what will happen? You may lose some files or data. What are the conscious data you may lose? We should be take care of the attacker. Hacker may attack anytime and so on. And also the attack can be accidental, malicious here. So we don't want to deeply here. If you go touch the cybersecurity syllabus. And uses of access metric can say if a process in domain D tries to do something, do operation, and then operation must be in the access metric. So when you come to access metric, the user can create the capability model. That means the table. So you can create a table where table just now tell you what are the information mandatory. User is there, and user and objects will be there, and third column is the permission. Let's say example of user Varun, somebody is there, like that object. The object is file one, like that. The permission may be read. So that means the person can read the file, or else next operation king with the operation of right, like that. User can create the capability model. So that time we need support of this access matrix also, and also it can be expanded to dynamic protection. And special rights have a owner of y, and so on also is there. Can check it out later. And security violation methods. So security violation concept is like breach, authentication, replay attack, man in the middle attack, session hijacking. So let's go for one diagram for understanding better way. Here diagram, say let's assume that there will be here is a the attacker is a, receiver is a, and sender receiver. So actually sender receiver, they are communicating. When you are communicating, this person try to interfere. This person is a no, that is a one called a breach authentication, or you can say something masquerading. That means the person tried to attack and stolen the information. So they had to, or you can say man in the middle also, man in the middle also. So he had to take care of this one. Sender receiver had to communicate. The person may come and disturb the environment, disturb the thing, and get the data. That is very, very dangerous. And let's go for some security. And moreover, here one is called replay attack. Replay attack means just now to modification of the information. Suppose some data is a sender sending some data, and in between another third person may change the data. That is very, very dangerous one. And man in the middle is there, and session hijacking also is there. Then we come to here a security measure level, where it's concept of physical, human, operating system, memory access, and so on network also. Here physical in the sense the way to steal data. That means packet the backup tabs. But we have to think about human, because here phishing involves sending an innocent looking email. So human. So how the human will everyone today using the system. What happened means we have is a public network called the internet. Here the phishing, that means you may get some mails. If you access the mail, we don't know phishing mails will come. If you access the mail, definitely your system may damaged. That means attacked by the hacker, like that. Phishing is there, and operating system you have to protect with a strong password always. Otherwise, difficult is a firewalls and so on and so on. And memory access violence, the network is there. Here more so many things is very important when it comes to security measure level. So here human avoiding physical is important. And then we have virus like we will continue later, and some virus like Trojan horses. It's one of the program that secretly performs some malicious in addition to visible action. So we don't know. Suddenly you may get message and so on and so on. If you open it, unnecessarily respond means definitely it attack your system. It may hang. Your system may hang starting stage. After some time, all the information, confidential data, personal data will be stolen by the Trojan horse here. Then top down is a when a designer, a programmer, or a hacker insert a security hole that they can use later to access system. So top down is what some file is there. You just notice it and not notice it. Some other day you are not noticing, means the file will be here, and unfortunately like advertisement something, any format. Suppose you are clicking one day, or the file what will do, and without knowing, the hacker with the help of file, the hacker can stolen the information. What are the data? It may stolen easily here. So many threats will be in the today when you go for the opening system. So if you have any queries or suggestions, please kindly communicate with the following social media. And thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you. Share and subscribe. Share with your friends. Thank you.